Welcome, 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 guys, to Chew and Chat with Yana Lu. Again, it is always a blessing to have you on set with me, watching the show and tuning in. Tonight, I have two beautiful guests that I am proud to introduce. They mean a lot to me because they come from my past. Now, sometimes y'all past don't add up, but mine's comes to equilibrium. Guys, these guys are some amazing guys. They are here in the city of Atlanta doing some very hot things and protecting you guys on the road when it comes to accidents or falls or slips or things of that nature. These guys are doing phenomenal out here in the field. And if you need a lawyer, because these guys are lawyers, if you need a lawyer, please patronize their business. They come from my school, my hometown, back in the day, old Yana Lu, doing her thing. And so when we come back, you're going to have an opportunity to meet these wonderful guys. It's good coming back to meet you again, to inspire you, to push you towards your goals and your dreams. So don't give up. When it seems like it's hard, that's when the blessing is about to push forward the most. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so welcome back. I am back and I am happy to introduce these wonderful guests. I mean, these men have wives, but honey, they are for life. Do you hear me? So don't call in asking about them. One of them, I brought down Jacques. He is a lawyer and his law firm is very, very well known. He has billboards all over Atlanta. Kudos to him. And I'm very proud of him for making these steps. And then he also brought his friend, Mr. Chris, with him, which is a lawyer that is affiliated with his company as well. And it is an honor to bring them both on. So without further ado, I would like to introduce these two guys to you. Yay, the Norcross crew. How y'all doing? Give me five. I normally like the, hey, how you doing? All that fake stuff like that. Yeah. So to Norcross High School, we say, we love y'all. Yeah. I'm telling you. So welcome, guys. I want you guys to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and let them know what you do. And let's, in the beginning, give them your social media handles so they can start looking you up and patronizing you ASAP. So tell them who you are.
My name is Jacques Barker. My company is Barker Law Group. You can find us at blgatl.com. You can find me on Instagram at Jacques Appuccino.
Ah.
Hello, you all. My name is Van Christopher Armstrong. I am also an attorney here in the city of Atlanta, Christopher Law Group, and I just love meeting people and helping them solve their problems.
Okay. All right. Well, I got some problem. Y'all can help me. Y'all, we were sitting up here before set. Let's just get real funny. Let's just get real live. Y'all know Yana Lu. I like to get loose. I like to have a good time, but I like to pay attention to what's really profound out here today. And we were talking about relationships and marriages. And one of the things that we were talking about was wedding rings, right? So Jay has his wedding ring and Chris don't have his wedding ring. So it brought about a question. And the question was, do you or do you not replace the wedding ring if your wife loses it? So I want to see what Chris has to say so he can get in trouble when he go home. Chris, what you say about this wedding ring, about losing it? Do we wear it? Do we replace it? Because girl, I'm finna get you your new wedding ring.
If my wife lost her wedding ring and I played a part in her losing it, I would definitely place it.
I love the way men change their stories.
No, but that's not the story we were having.
It really wasn't.
No, that's not the story we were having.
It really wasn't. I'm telling you. So guys, I'm telling you, I want to get into understanding a little bit about each one of these gentlemen, how long they've been in law, what type of law that they cover, so you will know what you can call them for and ask about. So you just won't be calling any lawyer because it's a difference, right? It's a big difference. What's the difference?
The difference, I would say, for the most part, from us, from everybody else, is we really, really care for our clients. And a lot of lawyers, it's just a numbers game. But we really care for our clients, which means we really fight hard for our clients and treat them like family. So that's the major difference.
Okay, all right. Because you have lawyers out here that just don't care. I've been in car accidents and all kinds of things, and it was like, let me prolong it. That's what I want to know about this prolong thing. They'll prolong it so it's non and void, right? You don't even have to pay us out anymore, right?
No, I mean, there are factors that I guess come into play if it comes to accidents. First, I want to say we also basically me and Chris,
Chris.
we want to be in the community. We try to be in the community and let people know that they can come to us for anything. It doesn't have to be just car accidents. We might not necessarily practice in the area that they need help with, but we might be able to direct them to one of our colleagues that can help them as well. So that's one thing I wanted to make clear, that they can come to us for anything. We have experience in pretty much several areas of law, so we can at least give them some guidance if we don't practice in that area. But right now, the primary focus is personal injury, car accidents, slip and falls, workers' comp.
Okay, I like it. So is there anything that you would like to share about what you do? What is one of the most, let me see, what is one of the most difficult cases that you had to deal with, and how did it turn out?
Well, the thing about law is victory does not always look the same in each case.
Mm-hmm.
Every case has a starting point, and depending upon where it started and how it started, a win could look very different in this scenario than from another scenario.
Okay.
A person can get a couple of years, and the outside world thinks that's a bad thing, but he might have won because instead of getting a couple, he could have got 10 or 20. So the point is, all cases are different.
Okay.
As far as the most difficult case I've had, I do not know right now. I will tell you this, that family law is not a fun place to be. Nobody's really happy in family law, which is why family law attorneys make a lot of money because they deal with a lot of headache.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that family law cases are the ones that I like the least.
Okay.
But oftentimes we have friends or family members or people that call us that need that assistance.
Right.
And we're still willing to jump in that field to help them out.
Now, is family law one of the difficult ones because it is family, because of the emotion side, the children?
Yes.
Okay.
You hit it on the head when you said emotions and history and baggage.
Oh.
And there have been times when two people spend more paying the attorneys to argue about something
Mm-hmm.
than what they're arguing about actually costs.
Right.
And that's the emotions and that's the history and the baggage that they just want to win,
Okay.
regardless of what it costs them. So yes, that's one of the reasons why family law is not fun for me.
Okay. All right. I like it. Joe, what about you? What do you like the most? Yay, I see somebody came in the house. What's up, dude? What do you like about law, and what don't you like about law?
What I like about law is I like doing personal injury, and I like the excitement and joy that my clients see when I bring them a fat check. That's what I enjoy. I feel like I'm doing some good in the community because, for example, I had a client. He came up to me. I saw him out of the blue, and he's like, "Man, what your firm did, you really changed our life. You really changed our life with the settlement that we was actually able to recover for them." So I like that. I agree that family law is something that we don't necessarily like to do. We have done it to help, family and friends that may not be able to afford representation, but that is an area that's really sticky. It's not an area that I would prefer to practice in.
Okay. So what I'm hearing, guys, y'all need to get y'all's relationships right. These lawyers, they want to be there for you, but I need y'all to really dive into, what's going on in your homes. See, these lawyers coming on the panel is to allow you to know that there are people out here for you aside from the ones that you're just looking up in a phone book or YouTube. They're personable. You can actually touch them. You can actually get personal with them. You can share things with them so you can get a better result, I'm thinking. Correct? Or am I correct or no?
I do think you are correct. And to get back to one of your first questions was what sets us apart or what makes us different.
Yes.
I do believe that our blue collar background makes us different in the sense that we're not just trying to address the legal issue that you have, but we're also looking at what else is going on in your life that could have helped contribute to you getting in this legal issue. And how can you avoid things like this in the future? And what can we help you do to better yourself outside of this legal issue that you're having? So I think that's one thing that sets us apart is the level of how personal we get with an individual and how we're willing to put ourselves in a situation or explain to them how we've been in trouble or made this misstep or that misstep, but have recovered.
Making it relatable.
And are still, moving forward.
I like it. I like it. So is there anything specific that you guys would like people to know going forth, like when they're looking for an attorney? I know there's some specific things that you can look for because I'm a researcher. But, when you tell people when you're looking for a lawyer, you need to make sure you're looking for this or I would say if I was looking for a lawyer, I would want them to make sure that they're looking for a lawyer within the arena of what's going on. I personally look for lawyers that if you're specializing in certain things, is there anything educational wise that you guys receive when people come in that you feel that they should know a little bit more about before they start addressing a lawyer in any area?
I think the main thing is just with any other situation, you have to be able to look that attorney in the eye, ask them a serious question, and feel comfortable in the response that they give you. Just really basic human stuff. Are they trying to just give you information and hide something in that information?
Yeah.
Or are they really addressing the issue that you're putting on the table, looking you in the face and saying, hey, this is how we can attack it. This is what could go wrong. This is how it could go right. Giving you a reasonable realm of outcomes and the type of steps you can make to get to the best outcome and the type of steps you don't want to make to lead to the worst outcome. So I think the main thing is just open conversation, open dialogue.
Okay. I like it. Now, I want to know from both of you guys, what prompted you guys to be lawyers? You guys are some powerful lawyers out here in Gwinnett County, and you guys are rocking it out. So what drove you to become a lawyer? What was that?
So for myself, I always wanted to be a lawyer growing up. But then I started to talk myself out of it as I got older. Then I started playing sports, so I started thinking that I could be in the NFL or whatever. So it wasn't until, and I like to tell people the story, it goes back to what he said about being relatable to our clients. We also mingle in criminal defense. So it's been times where I've been with the client in jail, visiting a client in jail, and to make them more comfortable, sometimes I tell them about myself. So I tell them that I've been on the other side of that glass, and I was you at that age talking to an attorney. So I forgot what the question was.
Why prompted you?
So when I had a situation when I was a young man, 20 years ago, a lawyer really showed that they cared for me and they helped me get through the situation. And that just drove me to want to look at being a lawyer again.
Okay. Piqued interest. So it's important, what I'm hearing you to say is make sure, be careful who you're around, because whatever it is that they're doing when they're around you, it can rub off the wrong or the right way.
That's true.
Well, kudos to you, Lord, for being you. And so what prompted you to become a lawyer?
I wanted to become an attorney when I learned that the people that make our laws that we vote for, the great majority of them are attorneys. I'd rather be in the room where I'm making a decision, or at least contributing to the decision being made, as to be outside the room waiting to hear what the decision somebody else reached. So in other words, I want to be able to affect change on a number of different levels, and law allows us to do that.
It does. And it allows y'all to lie too. I'm just kidding. What? Y'all lawyers can be tricky. Don't think I'm just gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. I love law. You know what I'm saying? I dabbled. I tried to go to school in the beginning when I first got out of Norcross High School, and then went to Meadow Creek and back to Norcross, and
Go Blue Devils.
Go! You better say it, because I was on the drums, walking on the field. Yeah, that was me with the little trumpet. But it was good. So law is something that I think that everybody needs to be educated on. And a lawyer is something that I think that everybody should have in their pocket. I think you should always have more than one. To me, it depends on what type of life you live in, or what type of lawyer you need. If you know you're that ride or die person and you out and about I need one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Defense lawyer, because I'm DUIing it maybe, or I'm doing things that I shouldn't. But if I'm in business, I need me a business lawyer. These are some things that I'm thinking that people need to be educated on what type of lawyer to get. Because when I used to look up, I just go for lawyer. Didn't know that you guys had specifications, and the things that you guys have to go through as a lawyer, right? Your life can be taken.
Right. They had a case recently with a family law attorney here in Gwinnett. That was not recently, like a couple of weeks ago. The lawyer was killed by the husband. And so those are reasons why I don't like to mess with family law. Like you said, it gets real personal. And then the law is like so vast. That's why so many different areas of law. So when we go to school, in law school, you learn about all the different areas, but it's really impossible. So you said, look for an attorney. You don't want to go to an attorney that just practices all the areas of law, because you want one that's more focused on one specific area, or maybe two specific areas of law. Because otherwise they'll just be all over the place, and it probably wouldn't be good representation for you.
And they probably don't tap into those other areas. I'm pretty sure that they're probably sticking to one specific thing, right? For the most part. But then if someone call, because they're going to put it on their website that they do all these things.
Right.
Because to me, that's a lawyer that just wants the money. And I like what you two said, that you are caring. You want to be in the neighborhood. You want to love on them. You want to feel like family, like we're the neighborhood lawyers. This is what we're here for. I think it's very interesting. Enough with the law stuff. Now tell me, I know we all grew up, and I'm the baby from Lilburn to Summerhour to Norcross, Meadow Creek, and back to Norcross. These are Pinckneyville babies, and they went to school with my ex-husband. Yeah, Andrew Bostwick, these are your friends. They went to school with my ex-husband, and we used to think that Pinckneyville were the snobs. Norcross, we felt that we were like the cool people. Everybody wanted to hang around. So after school, did you guys go right into law? Or, did you take your time? I know you wanted to be a football player, but...
No,
both took our time.
Well, first, I'm not a Pinckneyville person. I'm a crack. I'm from the crack. The crack. From...
If y'all only knew what the crack was, it's a neighborhood that we're all familiar. Okay, but what school did you go to though?
I went to Pinckneyville for 1 year. For 1 year. But I represent a neighborhood called the Crack.
That's right.
Happy Valley and Linwood Park. We're all related in those neighborhoods. There's 3 neighborhoods, Black neighborhoods. We're all related. So I represent them. So
what he's trying to say, he's not this little white boy that y'all think he's looking at. He's not this little goody two-shoe guy. I mean, but the look is great. You guys are married, children, wonderfully, happily in your families. We all go through things, and that is wonderful. So tell me a little bit about your family. How many children do you have? Or are you guys the heroes? Or any one of your children aspiring to be lawyers like yourself? And what's the story at home?
Well, I just hit 10 years.
Amen.
Happy to have done that. It's hard, but it's worth it. Hope to hit year 11.
You passed the 10-year itch, baby. I had 22 years.
I was told it was a 3-year itch. Then I said, oh, it's over. Then I heard 5 years, and I read 7 years. Main thing is just keep fighting. Main thing is just keep fighting.
That part. Okay.
But we have 3 beautiful daughters, and 2 of which are in gifted classes, so they're on their way to a bright future.
Amen.
I'm trying to get the 3rd in there as soon as she's ready.
Okay. When she's ready, good dad. Because a lot of times we force our children into things. I was one of the ones that forced my kids into Sunday school and choir, and if you don't pick something, I'm going to choose it. Because I'm up here every day. Right. So let's get with it, okay? So if you stray, you're going to come back. That was me, all day long. What about yourself and your family, your kids?
So I've been married 15 years.
Amen.
And we have 5 kids.
Amen.
One of them does want to be a lawyer. So we'll see where that goes.
All right, Mr. Trendsetter, we're gonna see where that goes. Tell me, so what interesting do you guys have? When we come back from the break, I want to know, because lawyers can be a little stuffy. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all from my hood, so y'all ain't the regular, but you're doing great. I want to know what it is that you do in your downtime? What is it that helps you defrag your mind from case to case? And do you take this stuff home with you? How does it affect the loved ones in your home? These are the things that I want to know, because it's important for me to know that if I can get into the mind of a lawyer, you understand what I'm saying? If I can deeply get into the mind of a lawyer, then I know who to choose. Because when I go to anybody, I'm going to interview you.
Right.
All right. So when we come back from break, guys, we're going to hear some hot, interesting things from these guys about what it is to keep them going on these cases, and how does it affect them when they go home, knowing and unknowing. And does your partner have something to say about that different than you? We'll be back in a minute. I think this is very interesting. All right, guys, we are back. I am ready to hear these answers. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. I hope y'all had fun in your break. I hope you used the bathroom. You back with me, so you better laugh, get the popcorn, and chill. So with these guys here, as I was saying before the break, I would love to know, what is it and how is it do you defrag that you do? What's your hobby? What's your getaway from all these different cases, all these different people in life that are bringing these cases to you guys? How do you defrag that and not take it home?
Myself, I just like to chill at home, relax, watch sports. That's kind of that's like my downtime. It's kind of hard not to take it home. Being a lawyer can be stressful. But like I said, you gotta have downtime. And you gotta have time to take care of yourself. So I just like to sit back, relax, and exercise, work out. I find myself doing that and taking time away from the day-to-day.
That's good. That's good. What about you, Chris? What you do in your downtime to defrag from all this?
My favorite thing to do is to travel when I can, either domestic or international. I prefer international, but attorneys do tend to have a high stress level. I think that if you were to look at statistics, you will find that attorneys are oftentimes abusing alcohol and abusing drugs. Not to say that we are,
Right.
but that is indicative of the amount of stress that comes with the type of jobs or the type of case that attorneys work.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I like to do is to spend a lot of time with my kids and other kids, seeing them smile and thinking about simpler times in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I like to do that, travel, and then also read positive things that's going on in the world, in the country.
What's a good read you got?
A good read that I have? Well, to be honest with you, I do a lot of like web surfing. I'm not reading novels.
Yeah.
I'm just reading stories that's going on in the world.
You and me. You and me.
And there's, even though we live in a time where we're hearing about a lot of negativity, there's a lot of good people in the world.
It is.
There's a lot of good things going on. You just got to look for it and appreciate it, as opposed to focusing on what most people try to get you to focus on, which is the bad stuff.
That's right. Be a contributor. Guys, you gotta, I like that you said that, because it's so much things. And I'm so tired of people saying COVID. Dude, every time there's an election, just know there's a virus. Okay? And every time there's an election and there's a virus, just know before that virus was put out, there is a cure. So stop being under control of population control, because it's just we have too many. Right now in the news, they're talking about how many people are overflowed on this globe. We got to get rid of some. So they're putting guns and different things in our children's hands, and they're getting out of hand. What do y'all think about these kids today? Because I am petrified to argue with a kid. I'm petrified to roll my eyes at a child. Because what's happening today, you might get shot. I was in a car today and the Uber driver says, yeah, if somebody just say something to me, I'll shoot him. What? We losing our life just so easy from kids that came behind us. So, what's your take on that? I want to know your mindset on how you feel about your children going to school with these almost government-controlled little murderers. And I said it. It's okay. The government are putting these guns in our kids' hands. And the enemies are saying, I don't have to kill y'all no more. Y'all sitting there doing it yourself. How do you feel about that, knowing your children are walking in these doors?
Well, my kids are younger than Jacques,
Josh.
but I think it's sad. I think that as a community, we need to get back to family living.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to just doing basic things. And I'm hoping that, because music, I believe, is a way to reach the masses quickly
Yeah.
without the masses putting up blockers to try to stop the message.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that we'll have some, and I listen to rap music, hip hop music, and I have for a very long time. So I'm not saying I don't like rap music, but I think we, as a Black community, I think we need more positive messages out
Change
there.
our message.
I think we need some positive music. We just need more family stuff going on, to give these kids something else to look at as opposed to the cars and the bling
and the fake. You know, Jar, do you feel like that with your kids going into these schools, that unless you have your children in a privileged school, unless they're in a regular school, do you feel that they have a different advantage from where you have your children being reared and raised and what school they're going to, opposed to a different, genre of children that are not as, in a lucrative state of living like yourself and your kids?
No, I mean, I think they have an advantage because of just, I guess, the technology that's going on now that, say, we didn't have in our generation.
Yeah.
So they definitely have an advantage. The issue is them taking advantage of that advantage.
There you go.
So, and part of the thing for me, that's what I would like to try to show, or that's what I try to show. Like you said, a lot of kids are infatuated with the music and they think that's what it is. And like, we like the music too, but we know that that's just entertainment. You see what I'm saying? And so that's part of the reason why, like, you see him with a suit on, looking professional, and you see me like this, because a lot of times I try to go places and I want to show kids like you don't have to rap. You don't have to play sports. You can do other things and still be who you want to be, live how you want to live. So that's kind of my goal, is to be in the community. I remember I used to try to reach the kids. I coached sports for like youth sports for like 20 years. And I would like try to reach the kids. And I remember one time I came to practice in a suit. And the kids were basically telling me, because these are kids in the hood, they was basically telling me that I just came from court, that I had charges, and I just came from court. And I'm like, no, man, this is how I go to work.
Oh, you said in the hood, they only dress up in the suit when it's time to go to court to get out of trouble.
Yeah, so they like,
Stop
Coach,
it,
you
I say.
capping, Coach. Like, you just came from court. And I'm like, bruh. So from that point, I made it a point, like, at least once a week, I would come to practice in a suit, just so they would get used to seeing them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Especially when you have children that don't have the opportunities that you have, and to see something and to educate them in a soft way. Because a lot of times we get educated with these children, and it's not with any niceness, any kindness. It's a hard way of living, and it shuts the kids down with their belief system that they can be somebody. So I like the way that you did that spin-off. What kind of hobbies do you guys, you like watching TV, you like traveling. I like traveling. I don't watch TV, but I like gardening. That is my thing.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I like talking to the plants at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. They're my vegetables. I'm on my vegetables, and we're relating. You know what I mean? But in this life today, I think as far as we can look back, I've never seen anybody to take the time with kids, ever give back. I'm going to give y'all a give back. Take the time with the kids and take them as lawyers, doctors, whoever, and sit these kids on the lawn and teach them the law. That's a nugget for y'all too. Teach the kids the law, because everybody has to have a give back. Everybody has to have a give back. And when you can put into somebody, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when you can put into somebody outside of yourself without thinking what you're going to get back, now you're doing something. You're actually helping somebody. You're pushing them toward their goals because everybody don't know how to go get it. I don't know. I don't know. So, I love having you guys down here. I mean, for the most part, I want to ask y'all about, just relationships, period. So I've been out here in the street, and y'all, we had a back talk about these relationships. I've been out here in the streets, and I told them that I'm petrified of dating, right? I'm petrified. I'm petrified of dating because there's a lot of untruths that are not being told. And I think I need a lawyer for that. So what type of lawyer would I need? I think I need a lawyer. Guys, we gonna have fun. These guys got me in here feeling stuffy. I'm feeling like I gotta sit still and stuff. I almost said a word and shit. I did. But it's wonderful. I have someone wonderful in the audience. We have Deuce King, guys. I want y'all to give little good hands up, a clap for Deuce King. He's in the audience. We always gotta pay respect to those, I say to all those African American men. I know everybody make things about color, but I don't necessarily want to make it about color. But if I have some excellent African American men in the house, Yana Lu's gonna give y'all some love, okay? Now, coming together with one of the things, what are some give backs, or do y'all do give backs to the community? What's some of the things that you guys get out of the community and do, or up and coming wanting to do?
So I try to do a lot of, what do you call it? Donations to different organizations. I donate to Norcross High School, got to donate to the school.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a plaque in his office.
Showing it.
But like you said something that I do plan to get to. So I'm glad you said it because it's something that we've been working towards is like mentoring the youth on the law and like for African American males, how to deal with the police. So that's something that definitely is forthcoming.
I think that would be very good because it's a lack of knowledge. If our young men have men like yourself, men like APAP Media, men like my brother Bean that's running this floor, men like Deuce, and y'all come together collectively showing these young men how to survive, how to eat. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me no money. Don't give me nothing free. Teach me. Because no one's given the education, guys, and we need the education. I support you guys in any way that we could support you here at APAP Media. We love, men helping men, especially our African-American men, because it's hard out here. And I just want to say kudos to you guys also becoming lawyers, and not just becoming lawyers. You guys are reaching back in your own communities. That's big. That's very, very big. I think I had another one of our, what was her name? Indian girl or whatever it is. She came on the show. She's from our community too, and she does a lot of give backs and she owns trucking companies. I'm so proud of Norcross High School. I'm so proud of Pinckneyville and Summer Iron Meadow. I'm so proud of the things, guys, that we've collectively done in our lives. And I can look back at the days when we all did our dirt or whatever, but look at us today. Look at us today. So what does looking back in your life and stepping in today really look and feel like for you? How does that accomplishment feel to you? Or have you ever really thought about it because you're walking in it?
I've not really. The one thing that I try to do, because you asked earlier, how do we always want to be attorneys and how long we've been attorneys? Both of us are relatively young attorneys. 4 years, 5 years, I believe we're in there.
Listen.
But one thing I try to do is talk to young people when they're in the 8th, 9th, 10th grade age to let them know that, you don't have to figure your future out today, but you at least got to start moving towards something and keep moving till you figure it out. Don't waste a lot of time. Because, that's one thing I think I did after I graduated high school and college was waste time playing around. So, again, I just try to get kids thinking about what they might want to be.
Get the juices flowing.
Right.
Get it revved up. Rev up the engine. I'm a mechanic. I like revving engine. Motorcycle, one of. So, you know, I just, I'm proud. Chris, I didn't know you was coming to today, but I was proud I saw this baby, and I don't want to make you feel less than, but I'm proud of your commercial, your billboard. I'm saying, I like the movie, Tony Montana. I like I like the movie. What did that take? What did that look like? The perseverance, because what I want people to know is you guys' dedication, you guys' hard work, and that you persevered through it all. So what was that like? I mean, what was that like getting yourself amped up to think about, I want to get this commercial, I want to be on the billboard. What was that like for you?
Really, I was just motivated by my kids and my family. I wanted to make it happen for them. And I saw this as an opportunity, so I was willing to do whatever it took. When I first went to law school, I went to school out of state. But our residence was here, and I was getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to school in another state, and then driving several hours back to return home. The motivation was driving by, seeing other people's billboards and things of that nature. I said, I'm gonna have that one day.
Amen.
And here we are.
Look at you. Well, snaps on that. My thing right back, Patrick, whatever. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm asking questions, I'm digging in their head, but I'm loving their drive, their steadfastness. And, I just wanted these guys to come on to let you see that having dreams are possible. These men explained to you, Chris himself said it best, look, we got out of school, we lived our life, we chilled, we relaxed, and then we decided to take the time to go to school. But that was basically when it was time, correct or wrong?
Yes.
When it was time. So people don't need to try to rush into anything. You just really need to take your time and figure out what it is and move toward having faith. Having faith. Guys, I think you guys are awesome. I love the fact that you guys come down here. I want you guys both to tell your social media handles again so they can learn where you are. Shout out a phone number. We'll put it on the back end of the screen, but let these people know how to find you. Guys, please, if you had a slip, a fall, an injury, look these guys up. They are wonderful. They're a team together. They work well together. If you like what you see here on the panel, they're well versed in their speaking and they're specific in their trials. So get their social media. Make sure you contact them. Make sure you patronize their business. And hey, let's all win together because they're family oriented and they're neighborhood structured and they're touchable. One's in suit, one's not, but they're letting you know what it look like. We can dress down and we can dress up, but we're taking care of your needs, okay? They're great. So, Chris, give them your social media handle.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Have been fighting the social media thing. I'm getting ready to get on board. I don't do the social media.
I'm with you. Don't feel bad, Chris. Now I feel best. I'm not a social media person at all. So if you don't have it, baby, tell his and they can reach you.
But my name is Van Armstrong, Christopher Law Group. I'm here in the city, all over Georgia.
Amen, amen.
It's Barker Law Group. My name is Jacques Appuccino Barker. You can reach our website, blgatl.com. You can reach me on Instagram, Jacques Appuccino, or you can reach our company website, our company Instagram, blgatl.
Now, they have some hot names. Say your name again.
Jacques Appuccino Barker.
Jacques Appuccino. Say your name again, Christopher.
Van Christopher Armstrong.
Got to be more careful. Child, I've been married these brothers just on the name alone. Sounds important. I tell y'all, it has been a great opportunity to have you guys down here, especially given the fact that we've come from the same school. And God is so good because he's blessed the three of us to be doing something very positive and walking in our victory, letting God, just anoint the situation. I think that when you guys leave here, I'm just sending out a special prayer that he bless your house, that he bless your house, that he increase your clientele, and you continue to keep up the great quality of what you are dishing out today. So guys, I'm telling you, if you need a lawyer, I wanted them to come on here so you guys can see what it is and what it takes and how much they have to persevere through these hard times and dealing with people, because as you heard them say, specific types of law, you can have your life taken. You can go through several different things. They can call your home, a lot of things. So guys, but they persevered. They persevered. And that's what I want you to get. They persevered, and they are lawyers, and they're doing great. So I thank you guys once again. Make sure you come back and check out Yana Lu next week. This show will be aired on Friday. And I'm telling you, I really, really, really want you to know that I love you. If no one ever told you they love you, I care, and I'm proud of you, and keep moving. Peace.